This is the second time Cushman Wakefield's participated in CIIE. We're a very proud participant. There was something like 400,000 visitors to the site. I've been overwhelmed by the size and scale of this year's event. Something like 150 countries represented. For Cushman Wakefield, we have over 300 of our global and multinational clients participating in this year's event, and over 200 of our own staff as well. From a Cushman Wakefield perspective, what we hope to get from the Expo is the ability to bring our global and multinational clients to China to connect and collaborate with local governments, or really all levels of governments and companies, to find opportunities to grow, expand their businesses. But equally also, for our domestic Chinese clients, give them the opportunity to meet and look at opportunities to grow and expand and build, grow and expand their businesses outside of China into other markets across the world. If you really think about it, this is the decade of Asia. It's the largest region in the world by GDP, fastest growing region in the world by GDP. It has rapid urbanization, fast growing middle class. Three of the top 5 economies in the world, China, Japan and India, are now in Asia Pacific. So we see exponential growth continuing across Asia Pacific this decade and into China, because China is one of the markets that has the fastest growing middle class and urbanization as a trend. What that means for Cushman Wakefield, we have the largest and longest tenured commercial real estate business in China, with over 2,000 employees covering every service line. We couple that with our global platform and allows us to serve our clients in this market today and as the market grows across all the different commercial real estate service lines. There's a couple of things that are working in China's favour. The first thing is it's not experiencing the interest rate and inflation challenges that most other major economies are facing. And secondly, unlike the US, markets like Australia, the UK and continental Europe, it hasn't had the work from home drag. So people have returned to the office and returned to the office quickly. So they're kind of two, tailwinds that work in China's favour. The other two for me are all things around the growth in the middle class, as I mentioned earlier, but also the urbanisation that continues to happen in this market. And that's important from a commercial real estate perspective, because that drives the economy, but also drives commercial real estate activity. We see that in industrial logistics, everything related to living, whether it's student accommodation, retirement living, or build to rent, which is an emerging sector, but also into other asset classes like data centers. And China actually is the largest data center market across Asia Pacific, with nearly something like 40% of all capacity here in China. Despite the challenges of COVID, our business here in China performed exceptionally well through that period. Nevertheless, we did see the emergence of different asset classes that were growing rapidly. Anything to do with online shopping, online streaming, online gaming, data, e-commerce, really drove logistics, industrial, data centers, and we built a stronger capability in those areas. As I mentioned earlier, we also saw into the emergence more around biotech, life sciences and healthcare. And again, we build greater strength and depth here in China, but also leveraged the platform we have across our 52,000 employees in 60 countries, in 400 offices, where we have deep experience in multiple asset classes in all those markets.